Hi, my name is Shira and I am the Digital Literacy Coordinator for the Comox Valley Lifelong Learning Center. And today I'm going to be making an instructional video on how to open and log in to Skype. So we'll start with what Skype is. Skype is an application that allows you to communicate with other people through the internet, and it allows you to do this in 3 different ways. The first way is through messaging. So that's where you type out messages to the person you're talking to, and that person then responds with typed messages. The second way is through just audio. So it's kind of like making a phone call through the internet. And then the third way is through video chat, which is where you get to see the person that you're talking to on live video in front of you, and they can see you as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Skype. So if you go to the bottom of your computer screen, you have this bar at the bottom, and this is called the taskbar, and it's very useful. It has the time on the far right, and it has a bunch of the applications that you use frequently down here, as well as applications that you have currently open. But most importantly, on the left here, it's got this search bar, and you can use this search bar to find basically anything on your computer fairly quickly. So we're going to start by clicking into the search bar and typing Skype. Okay, so I've typed in Skype down here, and as you can see, the first option that shows up is the application. And if you go to the right here, you can click Open. Okay, so when you open up Skype for the first time, you're going to get to this screen. And so Skype is actually owned by Microsoft. So in order to use Skype, you actually have to have an account with Microsoft. But you'll get to this first screen, and this button in the center is going to take you to the next page, and we'll click it and you'll see. And on this page, you can either start to log in with an account if you already have a Microsoft account, or if you don't have one, they give you the option to create one, which is this button down here. I'm not going to go through the process of creating an account in this video. I might make another video that shows you how to do that, but for now I'm just going to log in because I already have an account. So you can log in with either your Skype username, if you know it, or if you associate it, your account can be associated with either a phone number or an email. So you can also use that information to log in as well. So I associated my account with an email address, so I'm going to type that email address in here. Okay, and once I've typed that in, you can click Next. Okay, and now you need to enter in your password. So I'm just going to put my password in. Okay, so if you have forgotten your password, if you don't remember what your password is, don't sweat it. It's not a big deal. They have this button right under here, Forgotten Your Password. And if you click this, Skype will take you through the process of recovering your account. So yeah, so if you've forgotten your password, don't worry about it. Okay, so now we're going to click Sign In. Okay, so we're signing in. Okay, so because this is the first time we're signing in, they're going to ask us a few questions related to the settings that you have for your account. So the first thing they're asking you is to choose a profile picture. So when we actually get into the Skype interface, like when we actually get into Skype, you'll see that on the left side you'll have a list of your contacts, and your contacts are just it's like the names of the different people that you communicate with regularly. So it just makes it really easy to just click on their name and start doing whatever, either messaging, or you could click on their name and give them a call. It's kind of like having an address book. So Skype also gives you the option to associate a picture with your name. So when your name shows up on other people's contact lists, you have the option to put a picture beside your name. And it just makes it easier for your friends to figure out who you are and to find you in their list. Okay, but for now we're just going to skip that. If you do want to upload a picture, you click this Upload Photo button, and it's just going to open up all of your files and folders, and you just have to go through your files and folders and find a picture that you want to use. But for now, I'm going to just skip it. So click continue. Okay, so the next step is to test your audio. So that's your microphone, so the piece that detects your voice, and your speakers, so the piece that allows you to hear. So first is your microphone, and you can see that from these dots, the way that these dots are responding to my voice. See, I stopped talking, the dots disappeared. I can see that my microphone is indeed working. So I'm just using the default microphone on my laptop. But if I were to plug in another device, so like let's say I had a microphone that I could plug into my computer, you can actually select it using this menu, this drop-down menu. If I click this, you can see that, so here they give you, you can I can specifically select the microphone that's built into my computer. And if I had more microphones, I'd have an even longer list here, and I could choose between them. So that's also really important to know, because sometimes you'll plug in a headset and the headset won't work. And so you have to know that you can come in here and tell Skype, don't use the microphone that's built into my laptop, use the microphone that's built into my headset. Okay? And the other setting that you can change for the microphone is, here it says automatically adjust microphone settings. And there's like a little toggle button here. So basically your computer automatically adjusts the volume of your microphone. But you can toggle this off. So I click this off, and you can manually adjust that. You can manually adjust your microphone's volume. And this is useful if for some reason it's like way too quiet and nobody can hear you. You can come in here and manually adjust the microphone. It could just be something is going wrong with the automatic adjustment. So these are just good things to know for troubleshooting. Okay, so now I'm just going to leave that on because it works for me. Whoops. But now we'll move on to speakers. So again, you have the same drop-down menu. So if you're using a headset, you've got the built-in speakers in your laptop, and then you also got the speakers that are part of the headset, right? Technically, the earmuffs on your headset going over your ears are speakers. So if you're finding that you can't get the speakers, you're not getting the right, you're getting the sound coming from your computer but not through your headset, you just click on this arrow here, and it'll allow you, if you have multiple speaker systems, it'll allow you to select between them. Okay, and then here you can just adjust the volume of your speakers. So, and they've got like a little button down here that says test audio, so now you can see how loud your speakers are, or how loud the Skype sounds will be. So if it's at max volume, we'll click the button. Okay, and click again to stop it. And you can hear that it's fairly loud. Now let's make it super quiet. We'll bring it down to 2. And click again to stop it. So you can see that the test audio button will allow you to hear how loud Skype is going to be on your computer. Okay. And then here it says to make a free test call. I would just make a test call to one of my friends just to try it out. I don't think this is totally necessary. Okay, so we'll click continue. Okay, so now we've tested the audio, and now we are testing the video. And it's connecting to the webcam on my laptop, and again you have this drop down menu. So if you had an external webcam to the one that's built into your computer, for example, you could select it if you wanted to use a different webcam. But I just have the one, and it's working. So this is what this box, it'll also tell you, oh okay, so maybe you can angle it a little bit differently, like you can make it a bit more, you can change the angle to how you like. Also, you can also, like, let's say there's this button down here that says webcam settings. Let's say the video is super blown out, it's way too bright. In that case, you can actually change that through this menu. So we'll open it. And you can see it's a little bit of a complicated menu, so if your video is fine, just don't even bother opening it. But let's say like the video was way too blown out, like let's say it looked like this, right? It's not the greatest video quality. You can adjust, for example, the brightness here. I'm just going to bring it back to 0. But you can also like make it much darker. You can change basically what your video looks like through this menu, and you can play around with the settings if you're interested in this. So we're just going to press OK. Okay, so webcam looks good, and we're ready to click continue. Okay, so the final thing that Skype is telling you before it lets you into the app is this thing called mutual contact suggestion. So like I mentioned earlier, you have the ability to add people as contacts, and those contacts are listed on the side of your screen, which you'll see in a minute. So Skype also does this thing where if you have some contacts that all have another contact that you don't have, Skype will suggest that contact to you. So for example, let's say I have my mom and my dad on Skype, but I don't have my sister as a contact on Skype. So my mom and my dad have me as a contact and my sister. So Skype will recognize, oh, Shira probably knows this person, who's my sister, and will suggest my sister to me as a contact. So what Skype is letting you know here is that if you don't want to be suggested to other people as a contact, you have the option to change that in your privacy settings, which is something we'll go into more detail in the next video on using Skype. Okay, so we're going to click OK, and we're in. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out or to leave some comments. And I hope you guys have a good day. I hope this was useful.